Hey, shout out to my parents out there. Shout out to them children out there. Shout out to anybody out there breathing. Hey, to my fathers out there. I'm writing a book, man. I got something baked, man. You know, don't ever be nobody out there speaking up for us, man. You know, all we hear about is them weak ass deadbeats, man. You know, all we hear about is the opinions of what these females have about these fathers, which, you know, me, I ain't going to bat for no deadbeat, man. You know, so when I be speaking to a father, I'm talking about ones that was 10 toes down, hands on, man. Did they part, spent that time. Yeah, put in that work, spent that time. I ain't just talking about y'all motherfuckers who pulled up and just handed out some motherfucking money, man. Nah, spent that time, got to know your children. You know, was there, parent-teacher conferences, man. There with the mother when the mother was pregnant, you know what I mean? Made them doctor's appointments, man. You know. Shout out to my entrepreneurs out there, man. You know. Set that example that made sure that, you know, they so-and-so weak-ass, fake-ass boss wasn't able to tell them, nah, they couldn't make it to that basketball game, nah, they couldn't make it to that volleyball game, nah, they couldn't make it to that cheerleading practice, nah, they couldn't make it to that, you know, football game, whatever the sport was that your child was playing, man. I salute them entrepreneurs out there, man. I salute them ones out there, man, that wouldn't let them tell them they couldn't make it. You know, the child was having surgery. You got to ask for permission, you know. At the same time, I ain't knocking y'all ones, man. Hopefully y'all had a job. You know, I'm not knocking no 9-to-5 person, you know. That's what you do. That's your choice. But hopefully you didn't get, you know, somebody didn't tell you that you could, you know, go to your child's things. What should I say? Hopefully you didn't do what Simon says. Hopefully your child, your household, your family was more important to you, whether you had to take that day off or whether you had to walk off that motherfucking job. You attended something that meant more to your family. Yeah, I salute y'all, man. I salute them real ones out there, man. You know, they kept that work behavior at work, man. You know, didn't come home with them attitudes, man. Didn't take it out on them children, but they was on their best motherfucking behavior at work with their boss. They didn't BMW style when they was with their boss, bitch, moan and whine, you know. I salute you. Yeah, but my father's out there, man. Like I said, man, I got a little cake baked, man, for us. You know, like I said, the ones that was 10 toes down, man. Really put in that work, really cared, you know what I mean? Really stood up for their children, man. Whether they was right or whether they was wrong, man. Whether it was the school system or the shit system, you know. You stood 10 toes down, you know, had your child's back, man. You know, whether it was a family altercation, you was 10 toes down, had your child's back, man. You know, I salute you. You know what I mean? Because, you know, we all could, you know, you got some parents that like to dog the child on the spot, you know, put them down on the spot, try to show out for the, you know, the next people. You you got some parents that, you know, act as if. Then when they get in the car, it's something different, you know, because, you know. But then you got the ones that really like to show off on their children, you know what I mean? Act out, you know, whatever you want to call it, on their children. Never listen to their children. Never take their child's side, man. You know, I salute the ones out there that always, you know, interrupted the teacher, interrupted the law, whoever was in, you know, thought they had some type of authority. You interrupted them, paused them, and you turned to your child and asked your child what happened in front of that adult. I salute you, man. You know, I salute them parents out there that didn't have to just come in the house beating with a belt or punching on a child, this, that, and the other. You possess those skills to where you can sit and communicate, you know what I mean? Have a seat, sit over there, you know, y'all talk it out, you know. Child felt, you know, confident enough because y'all built that to where it was a problem, you know. Y'all can sit and talk it out, you know what I mean? You can, you know, whether it was a problem amongst y'all or a problem that, you know, they was having, you know. I salute them parents out there that realize that the children go through shit. You know, you got some parents that act like because a child ain't paying no bills and because a child ain't this, that, and the other, that children don't go through shit. Like shit don't pop off at school. Like teachers don't test motherfuckers. Like students don't test motherfuckers. Like motherfucker don't have a problem on the bus. Don't have a problem walking home, don't have a jealous motherfucker in the class, don't got a group of females that hate them, you know, ain't got a, you know what I mean? Like, shit. Ain't got a problem because they got to figure out how they got to come up with this, that, and the other because the motherfucking parent that made the child feel like a burden because they always BMW style and bitch moaning and whining about bills and, you know, day-to-day life things that a child having occurred in a child's life. You know. I salute them parents that didn't, you know, make their child feel like they was a bird, you know. I remember a time my child came to me, man, like, Dad, you got any bills? You know me, I've been, you know, always solo dolo, have my own, you know what I mean? Might have tried to link up with, you know, I stayed with all my children's mothers at one point in time because I tried, but I ain't one of them suckers, you know. Can't put me out. It's gonna go from little bags to, you know, big bags to little bags to no bags. I'll just be sliding over, you know. You know, I salute them parents out there that remove themselves from situations, man. Didn't want the child to grow up like maybe the other parent did in a household where people really didn't want to be around each other, man. They just didn't have the courage to walk out, or they wanted to just go by these vows that they took. Fuck a vow, fuck a curse. You know, something ain't right. Tiptoe, I always taught my children to remove themselves from the situation. So, you know, I salute them parents out there that, you know, walked out while them other parents was trying to go ham, go off, you know, turn up in front of the children. I salute you. See, all this shit that we do, all these things that I salute, see, for my fathers out there, that's why I say I'm writing a book. I got y'all. Don't even worry about it. No. See, it's like the father just is. It's like it's supposed to be like the father is just supposed to be just the provider, just the protector. You know. It ain't never written in stone that a father is supposed to feel. A father is supposed to, you know, want to receive instead of just always give. You know, a father want to be celebrated. You know, a father want to be, like I say, just motherfucker appreciated. Little love, you know, not that fake love. You know what I mean? Love shown type love, right? But what amazes me is no matter what us fathers do, how we be, we can't get past that curse that's put on not all mothers, not all women. So don't get me twisted. But them parents, the females that hate the father, just upset because for real, like, they was having a moment of pleasure. They both was having a moment of pleasure. You know, some people get off the birth control pill. Some people intend to get pregnant. Some people hate that they got pregnant. Because the plan that they had, it didn't come out perfect. You know, so these rituals that they be doing, they be putting a curse. You know, even before the baby get out, and they, you know, get corrupted, or after a while they get brainwashed off of the parents that got the resentment, man. You know, you got some women that's thankful. They love their man. They happy that, you know, they gave birth. They're happy that they're, you know what I mean, they got the gift. See, I don't too much go on the blessings. Gift. The child is a gift. The universe gifted you something. You know. Now it's your responsibility to teach, inspire, share love, you know. Try to make it better than the last time, like, you know, their life, their situation, a little, you know, better than yours, you know, the things that you learned on your journey in life, you know, it's time for you to, you know, reach one, teach one, you know. But like I said, some people, the children be burdens, man. Some mothers, because I'm talking. I'm a father, so I don't have a womb. So I can't, you know. You live and you learn. So, anybody want to take something personal that I'm saying, it's fine. Everybody's entitled to their opinion. You own that. But like I said, I'm talking to us fathers out there, See, after a while, child young, I might kick it how y'all kick it. Because when children are young, they're at their innocence, they're pure. Like I say, they haven't been brainwashed. Ain't nobody sprinkled them with all this bullshit yet. And that's how it's supposed to be. But you got some parents that hated the other parent from day one, even if the parent showed them love, looked out for them, take them. It'd be an inner thing. Some people, it's about that soul, the spirit. If you Capricorn, we got soul and spirit. If you other, you just have a spirit. Some people are soulless beings, and it ain't a thing about it's not all about the skin tone. It's the fact that so-and-so beings don't possess two, true enough, but it's people that do possess two but choose to only tap into one. They get rid of the spirit. They get rid of their soul. They just soulless beings too. So like I said, it ain't all about the color. Some people don't tap in. Some people just demons. They be on demon time. They just total chaos, right? And after a while, see these people, you can see they already got to carry, even though we carry the child in the sperm, the seed, and our nut sacks our whole life, and we plant it in the womb. Yeah. See, they spend more time naturally. You can be the father to where as soon as the mother had a child, you allow her to go to work. You stay there. You might watch the child, But you got your own business. You got shit you got to take care of. You got things you got to do. But bottom line is you do your part. You try not to hinder the woman from fucking up her job, fucking up her career. You know what I mean? You do your part, right? But see, for all the good that you do, for all the time that you put in, because you notice I ain't speaking about no money. I'm talking about time. I'm talking about nurturing. I'm talking about, a father doing his part. You know what I mean? Sacrifice. Whether you sacrifice the streets. You might got add 2 or 3 phones. You know what I mean? Might have been back in the days where shit beepers. You might have 2 or 3 beepers. We can go all the way back then. Because see, I be tapped in, man. I don't forget about y'all, man. I pay homage to my ancestors. But whatever it is, maybe you cut that shit off, you put that shit on hold, or you told the motherfucker you gave them hours because you work so-and-so like a business, man. Your child came first, man. See, your child don't know nothing about that. They was a child, but see, it be the parents that like, oh, how soon they forget. You could do a million good things, man. It only take one thing for these these phony motherfuckers to stop fucking with you or to feel like that you did a million things negative to them when, all the shit was in the positive charges. But I'm speaking to my fathers, right? So to my fathers, what I'm saying is like them curses one day pay off, man. For them mothers, how they feel while they're carrying has a big effect on the child. Some of us don't think that. Some men don't even care. But I'm talking to them ones that got souls, the ones that care. Like I said, I ain't talking to y'all deadbeats. Because y'all deadbeats, probably didn't want the child just like she probably didn't want the child. But as time goes on, child born, and you watch people, you hear their little sarcastic ass comments. That's why I say pay close attention to shifty eyes and sarcastic ass comments. See, you an empath, you a healer, see, they don't think about that you might have a gift of feeling. Not being in your feelings, Because, women feel men when you get to think, I feel like a man, I think, So naturally, feelings first for one person, naturally supposed to be thinking for the other. I ain't gonna get it too deep into that. I'll just give you a little hint. But like I say though, like the child being a child, like I say, like it's people that you're around. It could be the other side of the family. It could be your family, but you notice how they look at you and the child. You notice how when you and your child enter places, they look you from head to toe. They mugging the child the same way that they mug you, because your child is clean, fresh. You know. Whatever you was working for, that 9 to 5, whatever you was hustling for in the streets, you share that. You ain't one of them motherfuckers that, But see, you gotta remember them shifty eyes and those sarcastic ass comments, man. Sometimes they don't even come from the other family. It come from the person that you shared the child with. Some people want you to ask for permission. Some people want you to bring them receipts. Some people want you to take them with you every time you go shopping for your child. When they don't realize, like your mama used to take you shopping. OGs in the hood used to take you shopping and give you choices. So you take your children, you give them choices as a kid. You was already molding them before you start handing them books. Before you start reading out loud to them, you was molding them. You would take them places and you would teach them that they got choices. They had choices to pick. At the same time, prices matter. Motherfucker wasn't that spoiled, they couldn't get everything they want. Even though a child don't know about prices, but if it was too expensive, you would take it down and you would show them it was all a molding, teaching phase. Right? You hear all the sarcastic comments, you are daddies, you hear it, you listen, you let it fly over your head, right? That's truly jealousy. They be mad at the purchases. They be, So as the child gets older and older, they get to complaining more and more around the child. They keep complaining about where they at in life to a child, to where the child feels how they feel. So it's like this child feels empathetic for this person and they feel like blah blah blah, and at a young age a child is set in their head that I gotta do something to get you gotta think of a way to save your mama. I'm talking to the daddies, you know what I mean? I'm just saying, it's how certain shit be panning out. And then over time, I'm gonna skip to the beat. Over time, don't matter what you do for the child. Maybe the child, after hearing so much complaining, feels like that you're supposed to do for the mama and him, not realizing that they are your responsibility, not the parent. They forget what you're doing, the bond that y'all have, the goodness, the gracious, the everything that's going good. So you get wipes out with that BMW bitch moaning, complaining. See, the child forgets how good they got it. All because of another parent over there complaining about their life and how their life turned out. Maybe it's, something they parents didn't do right. So it's something that makes them jealous. Anytime a fucking parent, and y'all parents, so that means y'all have a child in common. It's something very deeply wrong with this person when a parent is jealous of a child and a other parents' relationship. Fathers, because I'm speaking to the fathers. But see, over time, the child don't want their people feeling that type of way. So they got to create a barrier. They forget that, hey, I'm here for you. But they willing to create a barrier. They willing to become the enemy. All because the father don't feel like they feel about their parent. See, they forget about the history. It's things that they don't know about. They don't know about words that was said. They don't know about threats that was made. They don't know about blah, blah, blah. It's a whole bunch of shit they don't know about within a relationship because it wasn't a fucking child's business. But it becomes a time where the child becomes a sponge and they absorb that. They feel like rest of the family feel some type of way that nobody fighting this, that, and the other. They feel like they to the point to where they think they can beat. They want to be that security for them. They want to be that. They think they're going to get a name. They think they're going to, prove to this other side of the family that they, But see, as a father, we see that shit. We peep that shit. And see, we got to giggle because, see, it really ain't what they want. They searching trying to make a name for themselves when they should just remain themselves. Some trees ain't to be barked up on. I don't care what type of breed that you think you are. See, you might be barking up a tree as a dog, but you don't know what type of jaguar, cat, leopard. I don't really be too much on the minds because they ain't always what people make them out to be. Might be a tiger up there. Might be a animal period protecting their cubs. So some barks just ain't, But yeah, as a father, we have to discipline ourselves because see, some of these children really don't know who we really are because we suppressed who we are so that we could be out here and be that father that we are, that we was, even though they take us for granted. So to my fathers, it was a little snippet, just a little mind thing. It wasn't what you thought. I know I probably bored y'all with almost a 30-minute speech, but I'm just letting y'all know James Wood, aka Mr. Real Fiction. I write what I call reality fiction, man. I got a book coming out called Out of Town Shooter. I represent Halo Publishing, which stands for Hustler Always Life Overflowing, man. I salute them fathers out there that made a change, man. See, sometimes we make changes and children don't. It ain't for them to know. It ain't for them to it's for us to tell our story, man. Bottom line, man. That's why I'm writing the book. It's for us to tell our story, man. Because if we leave it up to them to tell our story, man, they're going to leave out so much. So I'm going to let these fathers know that it's cool to tell our story. It's just all about them taking time to listen. Because if we keep letting these other motherfuckers, these other parents, this other side of the families paint these motherfucking pictures, man. I know children are scared of their parents, man, all because of something that the mother said. They only know you where you left off. It might have just been an event. All the mother can talk about is where the daddy stood up. Your daddy did this. I remember when your daddy went off on this, that, and the other. I remember when your daddy I remember when that's all the stories they got to tell. They don't never tell no loving story. They don't never tell the compassion. They don't never tell when the father helped, when the father came, when the father was there comforting, how the father was there through the pregnancy, how the father never missed no doctor's appointment when you was pregnant, how the father never missed no doctor's appointment when you was born, how he was an entrepreneur. He was able to make all them games, man. How he tiptoed out when I was trying to argue with him, trying to fight him. He walked out that door. All because he didn't want you to see that. See, they don't tell them stories, man. They ain't got nothing to say about that, man, because it'll display their behavior, man. See, for every cause, it's an effect. Yeah, I know children out here that think that their dad is just this. But it took for their dad to break down and cry. But then some children think because their dad broke down and cried because their mamas and their mama's side of the family was brought up thinking that a man ain't supposed to cry, meaning he ain't supposed to release the toxic, infectionated asses. Because they don't ever release. They don't release those toxins. But some families are taught that it's weak. A man is weak as fuck for crying. But it be some men out here, first time they cried was to their children, even holding them when they was born. See, they don't tell them stories. They don't say nothing about the father when they holding that baby and they looking at that child and they crying, they breaking it down because they know they got to change. They know things got to be different. They know if they want to be here, that blah, 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 blah. You know? No. So, yeah, I ain't going to say too much. Like, I ain't going to give out no titles. First book I wrote was called The Gift and the Curse. See, writing always been therapy for me. You know, started off as a kid, man, putting them tapes in them tape decks, rewinding, you know, writing down the words. As I got older, I would read books. I always loved reading, man, because when nobody shared nothing with me, it was just something about me that, like, still to this day, and I'm my first 48. I just turned 48, you know. It's always been something about me that nobody wanted to share nothing with me. I always had to figure it out. But see, with me, I never begged nobody, man. I'm going to ask you one time, then I'm going to go figure it out, man. The harder way, you know. But yeah, man, like I said, man, James Wood, a.k.a. Mr. Real Fiction, man. I just wanted to give y'all a little snippet of my, how I be thinking, man. Because I'm thinking about y'all fathers out there, man. Because it's time, man. Speak up, man. Motherfuckers, I have a child by you, man, just to, you know, claim some child support. Motherfuckers get pregnant by you, they ain't even from here, you know what I mean? Like, literally, rubber break on them, you know? And, you know, y'all might have had a conversation, real life conversation, and that person, that woman, decided that it wasn't the best thing for them to keep the child. But then when they get around people that, you know, in certain situations, already in situations, they want them to be where they be, so they convince them that they should have a child for benefits. You know, you gotta have bird brain activity for benefits. So they decide to have what they think a keep a nigga baby. But they move out of town. They don't even know your information. They remember that one time you took them to this one address to go pick up some mail, and you said it was your mother or grandmother's house. So they decided to write that parent that they never met. Never met. You never introduced them because y'all was just fucking. After they told you that they wasn't gonna, it wasn't in their best interest to keep the child because of things that was going on at home. They were scared their mama find out. They So, okay. Y'all decide that. So, you got your half, they got their half, you send them the money. 6 months later, they remember that address you went to. They don't write you a letter, they write your mother a letter and tell your mother that she's gonna be a grandma. Things that fathers go through. You know, fathers might have different child's mothers, man. But, you know, when we finally think we getting it right after, you know, going through the motions, it's always the ones that we thought we got it right with that, you know, we might tiptoe away from that situation. But they give it to us in the form of our children rebelling against us when they should be rebelling against them. We get what they supposed to be getting. Shout out to my fathers out there that still stand 10 toes down, man. Hey, live your life now. If they done finally, with that ritual, convince them children that you the enemy, you the bad guy, and you stood 10 toes down, was always there, because there ain't nothing like that father love. And I ain't trying to debate, I'm just keeping it real. There is nothing like that father love. See, they'll think about it one day. You know, that motherly love, I'm not a mother. No. I've watched mothers, I've watched the words, I watched a mother. I ain't even about to go there. Off of my experiences, okay? Nobody say a motherfucker trying to be da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da. I love the black, my bad. You know, like copper-toned woman. So I ain't one of them. I ain't coming trying to, I'm a father that put in work. Yeah, I got some that, you know, but they gotta holler at their mamas because their mama chose that money. They wanted that fucking child support over that real child support, you know? So they gotta holler at their mamas, but mamas, you know, try to advocate a nigga, baby. But I explained it to them. It ain't no mystery, man. But see, sometimes y'all just need to have them conversations with them fathers. Y'all don't want to hear our sides. Y'all don't want to hear the real, because y'all don't want to be, you know. And then sometimes the parents don't want them to hear the real. Everything ain't for the child. I ain't said a tit for a tat, but like your story, what you did, your sacrifices, the same shit that they be MW about. Like I said, my child asked me that time, I'll never forget it. Daddy, do you got some bills? And I said, yeah, I got bills, man. Why? Why you say that? He said, because you don't ever say nothing about them. I had to salute myself. Because I've been around complainers. Been in relationships with them. Live with them. Reproduce with them. I know what it does to your mojo. Especially when they don't support you. You know? It ain't nothing like doing things for us. You got in your vocabulary us and we. And they just got I. Then when they have a child, the conversations is right in your face. Baby, we. Meaning just them and the child when the whole time you was invested in us. Pay close attention to them shifty ass eyes and them sarcastic ass comments, man. Demons leak their intentions all the time. That's what I say. I got something for the fathers. You know? Yeah. All that football throwing, all that playing in the snow, all that taking them in the woods, all that sitting down explaining to them the model. Nose. You didn't have to bat no hands. You didn't have to grab no belt. You didn't need them to go. You didn't need them to go fetch you no switch. Because it was respect. You know? Now, if you had to, you had to. You can count how many times you ever had to put your hands on your child. Most of them probably must have been during them stages when you had to pop them huggies. Pop that pull up. Because they was getting smart with the other side. You know? It's funny how them tables turn for me. But to my fathers out there, don't trip. You did your part, man. You know? It's always going to be sabotage. You hear Mother Nature calling them my blackbirds, man. I always get them when I go outside. Foes, be 4 of them. I can see 2. I know the other 2 coming. Yeah. Black blue birds, man. Some call them ravens, I call them crows. That was my dad's nickname, Crow. You know, natural. But salute to my fathers out there, man, because we don't get no credit, man. If only they counted them conversations, man. If only they counted the times that we was motivating, uplifting them. They go, 1, salute. Okay. But it's cool. I got something for y'all. James Wood, a.k.a. Mr. Real Fiction, man. My book, Out of Town Shooter, be dropping soon from Halo Publishing, LLC, which stands for Hustler Always Life Overflow. Yeah, I know I said that. I'm saying it again. Ah, shit.